Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to make kind of basically a little rambling type of video while I just do some Slayer here. By the way, I'm almost 93 Slayer. Well, actually, I'm not really that close. Um, but I just got one level to go, and that will probably take about 3 more days. But what I wanted to talk about in this video was basically about updates in old school RuneScape and basically why I vote no to pretty much everything that's is polled when it comes to new content. Pretty much the only thing I vote yes for is occasionally like bug fixes and that type of stuff. But pretty much all new content I vote no for, which I know upsets a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of people say that they think that all the people who vote no for this stuff are just trolls and are trying to like piss everybody off or whatever, kind of like this guy who anyway. So yeah, I mean, basically what I'm here to say is that there's actually a lot of us who vote no for a good reason. I'm sure some people are just trolls. Like I know during the sailing update there was a lot of people who didn't really care either way, who just like basically trolling and pissing people off, so they voted no. But there are also a lot of people that you know actually have a good reason for voting no. And basically what my reason is, well, first of all, I really don't like change, and I didn't like the direction that RS3 was going for a long time. I mean, I know a lot of people who play old school, um, they actually didn't mind RS3, and the only reason they quit was because the OC came out. But personally, I stopped playing RS3 long before EOC came out, and I really didn't like the updates long before EOC. I didn't like all the graphical updates. I didn't like all the new training methods that pretty much just made old methods obsolete, and all the new best in slots and shit like that. Um, but like I said, a lot of people here don't mind all that stuff, and they just basically wanted to play RS without EOC. And it's kind of annoying that those people want to basically turn this game into RS3 without EOC, because personally the reason I played this server was because I really wanted basically 2007 RuneScape exactly as it was, you know, um, and I was basically waiting for a server just like that for a long time. And the other thing is that all the new updates, for whatever reason, they always have to be like the new, best training method or the new best, item in slot or whatever. And it just kind of screws over like the people that played without those things earlier on. And if anything, you should be catering to the people that have, played the game the longest, because those are the people that have, given you the most money in the form of membership or whatever. And it's kind of sad that they do cater to new players, because I mean, I know a lot of people say like, oh well, if there was no new content, then you would probably just quit in like 2 months. But in reality, I can guarantee you that I would not quit. If anything, I'd be more likely to stay if there was no new content. And pretty much all I really want the mods to do is just like get rid of bots and that sort of thing, ban railroad traders, I guess, and that's all I really care about, and I guess keep the servers up from DDoSers and stuff. But I really don't need any new content. Now I am fairly sure that if there was no new content, there probably would be less people playing the game. But the people that would stop playing because of a lack of new content wouldn't be the players that have been around for a really long time and are really high ranks and that sort of thing. It would be the people that you know are basically just played until they're like 50 combat and then just stop playing. Like those are the type of people that most of this new content is really catering towards, trying to keep those new players who really don't like grinding that much around a little bit longer. And the reality is that those people aren't going to be around very long anyways, because RuneScape is a very grindy type game that you have to put tons and tons of hours into. And if you don't have the attention span for that, you're not going to play for a very long time regardless. So it's kind of annoying that they have so many updates catering to those types of people, when the people that play the longest, give them the most money, are the ones that actually really don't give a shit about any new content. And the other reason why I vote no to all of them is because I really don't have much faith in Jagex when it comes to making new content. Even if I wanted new content, which I don't personally, because like I said, I don't like change, and I don't like screwing over the people who did the previous methods. Like Acid Soul got 200 mil mining with a rune pick, and before all like the Herbentar methods and everything. And nowadays people have dragon picks, and the Herbentar methods make it a lot faster. So he got kind of screwed over. But I mean, the nice thing for him is that he's 200 mil, so he's always going to be ranked 1 in mining. But for most people, if you just like get 99 mining or something like that, and then later on they come out with an update that makes it way faster, then you kind of got screwed over. And I really don't like that sort of thing. That's one of the reasons I didn't I really didn't like the direction that RS3 was going. But again, even if I did for whatever reason like the new content, because that didn't bother me for whatever reason, I still would vote no, because for whatever reason the mods are just awful at making new content. Like, look at this Last Man Standing update, where there was tons of glitches. There was an Ultimate Ironman who like lost all of his shit because of a glitch, and there was apparently like a money glitch where people could just make like 20 mil a minute using some sort of glitch to do with Last Man Standing. And we knew that it wasn't going to be ready yet, and we told them not to release it, and they released it anyways, and now it caused tons and tons of problems. And I mean, the Nightmare Zone had fucking AFK Guthins, and that they left that in the game for like a year or so, and plus splashing and everything. So it's like, who really actually trusts Jax at this point to actually implement an update correctly? You know what I mean? And the other thing is, if you give them any sort of slack, then they're going to put like best in slot items or new best training methods in that update, because for whatever reason that's just what they do. They don't give a shit about screwing over the older players. So I mean, they really can't add any new content, it seems, without it being the new best thing. Like, not every single training method has to be the best. I mean, combat does not need any more gear, and yet they just keep on adding more and more shit. Like, we can already hit way higher than we actually could in 2007 because of all this new gear, and yet they just keep on adding more and more, and it just doesn't really make sense to me. So anyways, that's my little basically rant about updates. I would prefer there to not be updates in form of like new content in the game, honestly, and it wouldn't bother me one bit if there's no updates. And that's why I vote no for everything. And obviously, you can vote any way you want. If you want new content, then by all means vote yes for it. But me personally, I don't. So it's my right to, basically, as a player of this game, to vote no for the stuff that I don't want in the game. So anyways, yeah, that's basically just my explanation for why I do that, and why I presume a lot of other people do as well.